Welcome back to Broken Electronics. I'm Lee, and I'm so glad you could stop in here today. I won't even make the joke about long time no see and all of that. It's been forever, I know. So, just to catch up a little bit, I did finish a very busy orchestral performance season, quite successfully. All the concerts were done. The end of the season, as so often happens, was very, very busy. But that turned out really, really well. Immediately after that, I took a trip out to Nevada, where I visited my daughter. Thank heaven. What with the Guillain Barre, that's the first time I've actually seen her in a year and a half. I dearly hope it will never be so long again. We had a wonderful visit. And then I came back and rested from the trip and all of that. All right. So, here I am. And we have a video today. There will be several videos upcoming. I'm not going to swear to a schedule, although given that we're on vacation at this point, they'll probably come up a little bit faster. I'm in front here of my M4 Pro Mac Mini, and there should be a couple of videos coming up about that. This is not one of them. There's my base model M4 Mac Mini. I have a video coming up that should come up pretty soon on that one. You can see some computers here behind me. Over there is the Test 5.1 2010 Mac Pro. Sequoia 15.6 is supposed to be out very, very soon. So we'll certainly have a video there. And interestingly enough, over there is my 4.1 flash to a 5.1, which I've always referred to as the Bakersfield machine. The eagle-eyed among you will note from the wallpaper that it's running Mojave, which is a clear indication that something is wrong. So we're going to be dealing with that and fixing that up. I should, if I can find the time, get a video up about the M4 iPad Pro. It's been wonderful. It's my music reading device. I use it professionally all the time, and I can't recommend it more highly. But for today, I didn't do a video about it, but I picked up on a really good Prime Day deal, an iPad Mini 7. It was on a great sale price. I couldn't pass it up, so I went ahead and got it. Nice case here. I don't recommend the Apple cases. The thing I like about this, note the Apple Pencil is secured. It's not going to get lost, which happens all the time. My M4 iPad Pro has got the Apple Magic keyboard trackpad. That pencil falls off all the time. Just hit it against something and it's gone. Apple really needs to figure out a better solution for that. That's for another time. All right. Now, in thinking about the iPad Mini, it's great as a content consumption device. It's wonderful for light-duty emailing and texting. It's absolutely great. For anything where you really have to type a lot, if you're going to do any actual work on it, it's difficult. Now, I happened to see a video, and I hate to admit it, I don't remember exactly who the creator was, but anyhow, he did a video about using the iPad Mini 7 as a working device. And his suggestion was using the Apple Magic keyboard and trackpad, as I have sitting here in front of me for the M4 Pro Mac Mini. And I can see how that would work great. But it's a pricey solution. Now you can, as I have done, search out the older version of both those devices with the lightning connector that doesn't really make a huge difference. They don't charge quite as fast, but they work exactly the same way, functionally the same devices. Well, anyhow, I thought maybe there could be a better solution. So I picked up this, and it too was on sale. This is the XK01TP foldable wireless keyboard with touchpad. Hooray. You can see it lying there and how one side folds up. Both sides actually fold up. I have not opened this yet. Let's get through these seals here. Okay, there we go. Now, I had been expecting this would be a cover that would just slide off, but it isn't. So to get that out there, we can pull the box out, and the interior box, trying to get that there, business travel, it says. The maker, ProtoArc. Alright, so we need to pull that down. Yeah, this wasn't a Prime Day deal. There was a later thought, but it was a great price on Amazon. So if you can find it at a lower price, there are certainly other different makers here, but the reviews on this were very, very good. Alright, we have a user manual, which most of us, of course, only read in absolute desperation. Some more material about ProtoArc. Hi, my name is Howard. I guess he put this thing together. There's something else in here. Contact information in case you have a problem. Hopefully not. And you are covered by ProtoArc's 2-year premium warranty, which actually is a nice touch. Okay, what else do we have in here? We have a charging cord, USB-C to USB-A. And I imagine this is a charge-only cable. That's all it really needs to be. Alright. Get the rest of the box out here now. This is nice. I mean, it's got a carrying case to go with it. I'm really not sure. It's some kind of stand. I don't know that it's necessarily for the keyboard, maybe for a device to hold it up. I don't really know. Alright, and we pull out the keyboard itself. Let's take it out of its plastic wrapper. And here it is as it folds up. Now, I was wondering, yeah, actually, it is slightly longer than the iPad mini, but not quite as wide. It actually fits together pretty well. And it's quite a bit lighter than I was afraid it might be. Flip it open. There we see it, a full-size keyboard. You see the light flashing there. I imagine that's because it's going to need a charge before we do anything. There's a good-sized trackpad there. Some function buttons above that. Let's do the peel. And there's our trackpad. Now, I doubt that this trackpad is going to be anywhere near as nice as the Apple Magic Trackpad or the M4 MacBook Air trackpad, etc. But given that it's going to be used with an iPad mostly, although it will connect to multiple devices, it can connect to the phone, actually, if you're in a situation where you need to do some serious typing on the phone. Yeah, I'm looking forward to using this. It's Bluetooth, obviously, so it'll connect up to the iPad very, very easily. And the way it folds up, very, very nice. And yeah, really nice thing here that it's got a carrying case to go with it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this set up. Now, I will get it set up. It will take me a while, I'm sure, but for you, it will be due to the magic of the internet and video. It'll be just a moment. So please stay tuned. All right, here we are. This is not the ideal setup, but one of the things I found about this keyboard being foldable, when it's unfolded, you can't really use it as a laptop replacement if you literally want to put it in your lap. The typing experience is horrible. Same thing if you put it on soft. If you're on a bed and you put it down on the bed, that's not very good. But anyhow, here we are. Now you see that white light. I'd mentioned the white light earlier because it was flashing, and I thought that was indicating that the battery was drained. No, that's actually, of course, the Bluetooth. It paired up really easily via Bluetooth with the iPad Mini, excuse me. Try to get the whole look here. As far as the typing experience, I'm not going to do a lot of typing because it's not really going to show up very well here. But I would call it excellent. I enjoyed, as much as I ever enjoyed typing anything, I enjoyed typing on this quite a bit. The trackpad is serviceable, certainly. I wouldn't call it much more than that. If you're used to dealing with an Apple trackpad, as most people dealing with iPads are used to trackpads either on MacBooks or the Magic Trackpad, which is wonderful. I use them all the time. This, I mean, as a trackpad, it works pretty well, but I would be used to, say, going to open up Pages, moving the cursor, and it worked that time, but the click is only going to happen if you are down in the lower part, as opposed to the Magic Trackpad or the MacBook Trackpad, where you can pretty much click anywhere on the trackpad and it works. So it takes some getting used to. As you see here, I typed out this little Pages document earlier. The trackpad does take some getting used to. It's usable. Because of the trackpad, I would be less happy using this on a full-time basis. Although for the keyboard, I'd be perfectly happy. And given the price, this was, I think it's about $45 on Amazon. A great solution. It's just something that is going to be very, very handy for me. It's light, folds up into this light little package. Slightly longer here than the iPad Mini itself, but in this dimension, not so much. So the two pair very, very well together. And as soon as you open it up, it connects right up, and there you go. Despite the lightness, the rubber feet that are on the outside here keep the keyboard really very, very steady, so it's very, very easy to work with. Um, if I were using my iPad, my M4 iPad Pro, and wanting to use it as a substitute for a laptop, I wouldn't be very happy with this. I've got a Magic Keyboard for that. It stays with that. But for something like this, it's small enough you can carry it around with you. And if you're in a situation where you need to type an actual document, or maybe an involved email, or you're in an important series of iMessage discussion going on, whatever, this becomes very, very handy. So given the price, at twice the price, I would be hesitant, but given the price, of course it was on sale, you may not find it for quite that much. But given the price, I can recommend it very highly. And given what I do, messing around with computers all the time, having an extra keyboard with a built-in trackpad that'll just connect to any Bluetooth device, that is fine. Very, very easy. So that's good. Now, I'm going to take a second. This will be particularly awkward because, of course, I use my iPhone as my camera, but I'm going to connect the keyboard now to the iPhone because that's another possible use case. So please stay tuned. All right, here we are with the ProtoArc connected to the iPhone. It's set up to take at least 3 different devices connected to it. And from a quick look at the directions, it may be possible to do more. But anyhow, that's what we've got. So I've got the iPad Mini, of course, is connected, and the iPhone is connected now. And I can go back and forth between them just by pressing one of these buttons. That would connect to the iPad, and that's connected here. You just saw it change. All right. Now, one thing to note, if you read what it says there, let's see if we can. Done. Yes. See what it says there. Note the trackpad is non-functional. iOS doesn't at this point have mouse or trackpad support. We'll see about iOS 26. It'll be interesting to see if something pops in there, and it might. I haven't really looked into it. But again, same thing. While you can't navigate using that, you can reach up, of course, and use the touch-sensitive screen, which works fine, of course. It's a little awkward because you're used to, when you're working with the keyboard, you've got your hands on the keyboard, and if you can just reach over and go to the trackpad, that's easier than taking the time to reach up and change that. But you're still in the same situation. If you have to write a document and all you've got available is your phone, if you have an important email that requires an extended answer, or as I said earlier, and a messages exchange that requires some extensive typing, this can be a very, very handy thing to have. So in all, I'm very happy with it, save for my reservations about the trackpad. I think it's absolutely fine. One thing I don't know at this point is what the battery life is like. I've been using it now for 3 days, and I haven't noticed any problems at all with the battery. So it's got that, and I haven't been using it a tremendous amount, but it is there. So I think the battery life is going to be pretty good, and it's easy enough to recharge it. And you can use the keyboard while it's recharging if you've got a cord that's going to reach to your charger and still allow you to be at your device. So in any event, I'm very happy with this, and while I wouldn't recommend it as something to use full-time productivity, For the price of under $50, it's a very, very handy thing to have. Well, in any event, be good to other people. They need it and deserve it. Be good to yourselves. We can do a lot of good in this world, but it has to start with being good to ourselves. We can make the world a better place. It isn't yet. So please take very, very good and careful care in these difficult times. We'll be back. Sequoia 15.6 did drop. I'm waiting for Apple to post a KDK before I do the test Mac Pro upgrade. It's taking a while. I'm not quite sure why that's been so long. I've got some Mac Mini content coming up. I do have my 4,1 Mac Pro to get back in order. So we do have some things coming up with the channel. I can't promise exactly when we'll get to them. But when we do, we'll be right here. This has been Broken Electronics.